guys. So, this morning, I had a big new truck drive into my lane, and I had to swerve to the left because they were going to hit me. And I'm like honking away and stuff, and finally they realized that like that was a really boo boo yaga thing to do, and it was really bad because it was in a lot of traffic too. And so I had been trying to get a hold of my insurance girl for like, you know, uh, a week anyway, and she was on vacation or something. And and it's only online, so uh, I don't have to go to any office or anything. But anyway, so I paid my insurance off December, and on December 20th, I was supposed to pay my membership so I get my insurance discount. Thank you for the thumbs up. And so I went ahead and I did that on December 20th, paid like $100. Well, so, I had been calling like every day this last week because I knew my new insurance payment would be coming soon. Usually by like at the latest the first 2 weeks of February. And so anyway, I had some money and I wanted to go ahead and pay. I like to always pay early or pay extra, you know, or both. And so anyway, I called twice today, and both times I couldn't get a hold of her, so I called the corporate office and asked them, when my next payment was due. And they said, "You were canceled." I said, "Excuse me?" So, yeah, you were canceled back in December. I said, "Excuse me?" I said, "If I'm canceled, it revokes my license, my registration, and my title to my car." And what reason was I canceled? "Well, you were canceled." And I'm like, "Well, you're still not telling me what the reason is." So anyway, I'm like freaking out, and they're like, "Well, do you want insurance or not?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't understand why it was canceled for one. Now you're offering me insurance again over a canceled policy, and she's like, "Okay, so it's kind of high, but I put in an email to my superior to see if we can get it kind of lowered." And I'm like how high?" And she's like, "It was like $800 or $900." I was like, "For what?" And so I said, "My normal policy is really cheap." I said, "It's like $300 or something." And that's with zero deductible, fire theft, vandalism, all that cool stuff. And so, like, I'm totally freaking out. So, anyway, she was supposed to call me back. Didn't get a call. So, I thought, well, I'm going to try to call back and see if I can get a hold of the person that handles my insurance. She answers the phone. I said, "What is going on?" I said, "I was just on the phone with corporate, and they're telling me my insurance was canceled. I don't know why. And they're saying it was canceled, like, back in December." And I said, "This is not a cool thing." She looks it up. She says, "No, you were paid and everything." I said, "Well, that's what I thought." I said, "I paid my insurance, and then you told me I had to, renew my membership thing, whatever. And because that's what gives me my discount on my insurance." And so I said, "And I've got proof of that payment. I looked it up, and it's December 20th was that payment." And she looks in there and she looks in there and she says, "Yeah, I got that." And I said, "Well, I don't understand what's going on." And she says, "Well, I don't either because your insurance shouldn't have been canceled." I said, "You're right." I said, "This really can be a bad thing." So anyway, she says, I'll call you right back. Well, I'm like freaking out. And so she never did call back. So after about, you know, 30 minutes or so, I got to call her back. She says, I can't get through to you. It's blocking the call or something. I'm like, what? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, I don't know. And she says, well, I found out what happened. She said, that there was a glitch in the system that when you paid your membership thing, that it canceled your insurance because it didn't say that you had paid. And I'm like, no. She says, yeah. I said, yeah, but this other person at the corporate said it was going to cost me like $800-900 to get insurance. She said, no, I already talked to the person and all that, and um, that's not it. And I said, so what? How much is my insurance going to be now? Like, what was it before? 335. And I said, and so how much is it now? 335. And I said, okay, well that's good. And so, uh, uh, she said, you want to go ahead and pay? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So she's wanted like a $60 payment. I said, just pay 100. And because I always pay like early, and I always pay like extra. That's normally how I do it. That way it pays off sooner, and it's cheaper than paying all the little payments because they charge you fees for every payment. So anyway, I had time before I paid it just in full, so I had to do immediate payments. So you save a lot of money when you do that. So I think it's like $125 you save. So anyway, I did that, went through. Now I'm wondering, I'm like, well, surely they can't insure me if I don't have a driver's license. So I'm like, are you sure? Like, I still have a driver's license, title, and all that good stuff. Because this could be a really bad thing. She says, yeah, you should. And I'm like, well, how long is the lapse showing on there? And this is not counting the grace period and all that. And she said, well, it's right at 30 days. I said, oh, Jesus. So I don't know what is going on or what, but I paid for my new policy today, which is still under my old rate, which shows that I'm not high risk driver, thank God. Because they'll do that for like drunk driving or suspended license or cancellations or whatever. They'll put you at high risk, and so I'm still at my normal price, but I'm really leery of the whole thing. Um, so I tried to go online to research my driver's license just to make sure everything's clear, because surely they can't give me insurance without a driver's license. And so uh, I couldn't get through to that, but I'm gonna call and make sure that my driver's license is okay tomorrow during business hours, so that I can make sure everything's all right. But uh, yeah, really spooky. They had a glitch, a computer glitch. That's just sucky, okay? That is so purely sucky because it's not my fault. So, and I would think that it's the insurance company's fault if they canceled my policy when it shouldn't have been canceled. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, yes, I do have car insurance, but I'm gonna check tomorrow to make sure everything else is okay. Because let me tell you, the fines for uh, suspended license can be $500 to $1,000, 180 days in jail. they could repo your car. So I don't know, but I'll find out more tomorrow. But at this point, yes, I'm insured, but I don't understand what exactly happened. And I mean, the insurance company can do like a revoke of cancellation. I know that. And then they can go ahead and reissue insurance the same price. But I don't know if they did that revoking thing or not, or how they did that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure I have a license tomorrow. And make sure there's no like fees or anything. And then explain to them what's going on if there's an alert on my license. Um, because it's the insurance company's liability. And then I'm going to check back with her again and try to find out a clarification on the exact time period of the cancellation, grace period, so forth and so on, or if that was revoked by reversing and reinstating my insurance or something. I don't know. I don't get it. So, taxes and insurance, I'm not a big pro on. So, I just want to make sure everything's copacetic. Uh, it's really majorly important. I've never lost my license for any reason. I really don't plan to. So, you know what I mean? But anyway, just thought I'd let you guys know. And I'll talk to you later. You guys have a great one. Be careful with those insurance companies. They're really a barrel full of fun. Love to you. Do some kind of a stranger. I will see you in the next one. I got lots of new updates.